tell us a bit more about the future of tuning with electric. Where's the opportunity? Okay, we got about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity. An electric motor generates torque through electricity, and there's a controller that feeds electricity from the battery pack, and that controller can work with voltage and amperage to control the amount of torque that's produced in that motor, essentially by controlling how fast the motor spins and how easily it's able to overcome parasitic restrictions on the drive side of the motor. So all the Volkswagen Audi electric cars have pretty standard ECUs.
Yeah, there's not a lot from the ECU side that's all that much different. So, and it's all the same stuff. I mean, yeah, you can't turn the boost up on the turbo, but they are derated on certain platforms. There's other factors and considerations where you can get more power out of the
certainly
out of the
all
assembly.
None of the motors are running anywhere near max.
No, and there's a lot of driving style and characteristic stuff that can certainly be improved on. As most of these are very tailored to, at least all the early stuff now. Most people have the e-Golfs, the early hybrid stuff. It is tailored much more for a much more eco-only mindset. So there's a lot more driving style and driving manipulation we can do in there. So yeah, they're not all that different from a tuning and calibration standpoint.
So there is opportunity. There's opportunities to upgrade the battery packs. There's opportunities to upgrade the motors, electric motors.
Yeah, which ultimately, it sounds really far out there, but that's where everything's going to be going. So I mean, we're not talking about doing this next week, but it's going to be something that is going to be a thing.
You can do thick. I mean, even the Tesla stuff. It's a different software on the controller and a thicker battery cable
update stuff,
which carries more torque. So, more current. Yeah, for creating more torque.
Right.
So the future is bright with electric.
Yep.
It's electrifying if you really want to think about it that way. But really, this industry is not going to go mainstream electric for at least 5 to 10 more years, and most of us tuning companies in this industry will need to be focused on internal combustion in the short term to continue operating our businesses, because that's what customers will have and that's where the market is. But definitely, I'd say 5 to 15 years out, electrification will become huge. And, in probably 20 years, this industry will be doing only electric.
Yeah, I mean, just look around you on the street as you're driving. Obviously, most of the cars out there are still internal combustion motors.
And most of the cars being sold at Audi and Volkswagen.
Yeah, but that's I'm sure you've seen changing pretty quickly. So.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, there's also a lot of stigmas, In fact, have you seen like R8 prices have skyrocketed, and a lot of people think it's because
they're going E only.
It's the end of a line. These internal combustion engine supercars will become a novelty into the future, especially Audi. Certainly, I don't think will be releasing another internal combustion supercar anytime soon.
Not on any kind of fresh development platform. No, it would be a iteration with a drivetrain package.
Well, it's tough to compete, right? So the e-tron GT RS is going to do 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds or whatever. Like you'd have to have like a 1,200 horsepower internal combustion engine to compete anywhere near that,
But yeah, I mean, there's always strengths and weaknesses to each power plant. So one's going to have, for now, the tech we have at hand, one's going to have a lot more range, one's going to have a lot more, potential torque. So
they don't sound as good, that's for sure.
Yeah. The visceral experiences are very different.
But internal combustion engines aren't disappearing; they're not going anywhere, and they're still like 95% of the cars on the road are.
It's not like there's going to be some day where just all the internal combustion engines are gone. There's going to be 20, 30 years easily of quite a large number of those running around the road still. So
the future is bright and exciting for performance. Even in the era of electrification, there's lots of great opportunities.
Yep.
And electric cars, due to the loading of the electric motors, it actually drives quite a bit different too. So when you lift off the throttle, it's a very different handling experience than when you lift off the throttle.
All of that's configurable.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
is.
different regen rates, different you know, engine or motor braking rates.
Yeah.
So, yep.